The original filibuster is a very Roman move. In the ancient world, Roman senators like Cato the Younger were notorious blowhards who thrived on delivering long speeches to prove their stamina and talent at oratory. The US Senate is the only legislative body on the planet that still regularly lets itself be held hostage by Roman-style antics, or, these days, the threat of such antics. Our Washington senators only have to make it known they're willing to bore their colleagues to death rather than allowing them to vote on a given measure. And everyone caves. The only thing that can end an individual filibuster is a vote of cloture. Unlike a vote on legislation, cloture requires a supermajority of senators, 60 of 100, to pass, not a simple majority of 51. So even if 58 senators, representing 29 states, want legislation to get a hearing and a vote, they don't count. The legislation gets tabled. This week, Senator Kyrsten Sinema, D-Ariz, told an interviewer that the filibuster is the key to comity in the Senate. That's rich. Comity, courtesy, from the Latin comitas, as Cato the Younger might have said, is the last thing filibusters are meant to promote. Rather, they're a last-ditch delaying tactic by those who know they can't win in a real vote. Filibustering politicians combine all the charm of kids singing with their fingers in their ears with the sportsmanship of a loser who flips a board game over and huffs off. In recent years, filibusters have served as nothing but a roadblock to keep popular legislation from getting a real hearing. For Sinema, though, backing the filibuster seems to have become a way to pretend to support legislation while resting assured that it will stall. On May 28, Sinema skipped a cloture vote that would have released from filibuster the bill establishing a bipartisan commission to study the January 6 Capitol insurrection. She said she supported forming a commission. She urged Republicans to support it too. But, when it came down to it, she was out to lunch. Saying she had a family matter, Sinema played hooky. Such impressive cowardice. She didn't even have to go on the record with a vote on whether to take up the question of the commission she claimed to support. What's going on with Sinema? She comes from a state with a big red streak, but it went for Biden. And she has to know she's neglecting popular will. A Data for Progress survey in February showed that 61% of Arizona voters favor passing key legislation over preserving traditional Senate procedures and rules like the filibuster. Historically, the filibuster knows no party. Indeed, some of the most famous filibusters were staged by Southern Democrats, so-called Dixiecrats, who objected to civil rights and voting rights legislation in the last century and talked a lot of bills to death. But more recently it's been Republicans trying to stonewall, on very similar issues.